This is the back of my Hexie flower quilt. You can see I've already started to remove some of the papers. I did leave a majority of the papers in while I was sewing my quilt together just to give it more stability. I didn't want it to stress out any of the seams or anything without having that in there. Occasionally I would have pieces that started popping out like this. I did glue baste the corners and then I went back and did a couple of stitches on each point. And I do have a YouTube video on how I basted Hexie. Just go to Quilting It on YouTube. And anyway, so if I had a couple that were, or a Hexie here and there that were poking out, sometimes I would take them out. It really depended on the location. If it was right next to where I was stitching, I would push it back in, or too close if I was sewing right here and I felt like it was too close, I would push it back in, just because it makes it definitely more floppy. So a few things that I recommend. One of my friends who made a gorgeous Mama's Flower Garden or Grandma's Flower Garden quilt used this linen paper, or a linen paper like this. She said it was so much cheaper and it was a great tip. So I just got this Fiskars Punch, which is a 1 inch. Each side is 1 inch, which makes it a 1 inch. And then I used a hole punch and just created my own papers. And it was so much faster and easier. And then I was getting papers that were the same thickness too. And this is like resume paper, and so it's not super duper thick, which was so nice. So now I'm at the point of just removing them. So I just stick my scissors right in that hole. And sometimes, because I did glue baste, like 1 or 2 corners may have a harder time coming out, and you can just stick your finger in and pull the rest of that out. So now I get to pull the rest of the papers out and piece a backing so that I can quilt it.